Hello, I'm Anaïs. The new marketing manager at TGS. So it's my first meeting with you, I think. I was in Brussels on Nice this year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can do a presentation of us, or you know each other,
Sure. How do you want to start?
whatever.
I guess you are starting now, Seung-Yoon.
Okay, hi everyone. My name's Yong Yung. I am from I'm one of two TGS member firms from Singapore. I handle the advisory side of the business. In short, I marry and divorce businesses, right? So mergers and acquisitions, valuations, and financial due diligence on the merit side, and forensic accounting and valuation and economic damages on the divorce side. So that's Valaris. I would like to bounce the ball to Bob.
I'm Bob. I'm a fisheries biologist gone rogue into IT. And after 25 years in IT, I'm now working a lot also with international tax advisory and business advisory. So through Innovised in the Netherlands and bits in the UAE and the UK.
Sorry to interrupt. I remember I spoke to you at length now when we were set for dinner at the rooftop. You were on my
Exactly.
left. Yes. Okay.
So that's me. Who's
Maybe Sharon.
Shireen? The mute button is bottom left.
Okay, we can maybe begin.
Then, yeah.
Okay, what communication plan do you have in place for the coming weeks?
Are
All
you
of us?
asking Andrew?
I don't I'm I guess I don't really count. Anais is here for us in terms of TGS communication, but yeah, what's I guess the question is what you have any communication plans for your week? I know both of you do. You're very active communicators. And dare I say that the beginning uh you're both got a pretty good self pitch. Yeah. Yes, very easy to remember, very beautiful. Fisheries gone rogue, and the marriages and divorces. It's yeah. Now I remember you, the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes you connect faster. Those two words make you connect faster than anything you can say about mergers and acquisitions.
yeah, yeah,
It's like it's very short, very to the point.
yeah,
Exactly what you told us all to do, right, Xiang
yeah.
Yeah. So the main challenge I've gone through, I go through an average of 3 or 4 pitch decks a week. I just last week I was judging a university, the world's largest social impact competition, and all the engineers and all the business admin guys, they presented their pitches on AI thermal regulation of buses, but nobody can understand it. And I basically said that I've got an electrical engineering degree. I've got some trouble understanding it because all of us are highly educated. We have the curse of knowledge. So we need to find a way to for people to remember us easily. And speaking in memorable, simple English is not easy.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So what are you communicating about at the moment, Sun Young? I know you're always, on the next thing, but what's your communication project just now? What are you trying to
Okay.
uh,
We are trying different video social media formats. And the reason for that is very simple. The reason is because uh, social media platforms give video much higher organic reach than text. This department, TGS marketing, is very important, which is why I'm here. The reason why I say is very important is among all the social media platforms you can get good at, TGS members who get good at LinkedIn, which should be our primary platform, right? If you master your double niching and then you communicate it, you get a disproportionate advantage. And the reason why that is compared to any other social media platform, LinkedIn is the most business, which means 9 out of 10 people don't post, their stalkers, because they need to get legal approval before they can post any social media. The fact that you can post when 9 of your competitors don't post means you are ahead of the rest of your competition, right? So we're at Valaris, we're trying to figure out the social media platforms, the content that works. Today it is. I'll just speak for 1 or 2 more sentences. Today, how to figure out media that resonates with audience has come down to a science. If you guys know, hear about MrBeast, okay, MrBeast, I'll show you his videos, and I'll show you how he does it. So there is this guy. He doesn't have an accounting degree, but he's got 500 million subscribers, and every video that he puts out, can you see, on average gets north of 100 million views. And how he does it is very hard to predict what people like. So over time, because he's under pressure to keep repeating his video success, he's created a piece of software called ViewStats, and ViewStats it mines the internet for video content that works, and then you just reverse engineer it for yourself. 2-3 years ago, this would have been very valuable. Today, you can just ask ChatGPT to reverse engineer the prompt without having to pay him, right? So that's what we're looking at now.
And you are only in LinkedIn or in other social media?
We are on half a dozen, but we're on half a dozen social media channels because we have a SMM, we have a social media management software that automates distribution. But I think the correct way to do it, from my experience of having done this for 4 years, is one customer, one product, one channel. So you have to master one channel first. And then once you master LinkedIn, then you go and figure out what works in Instagram, what works in TikTok. And I think as Andrew and I have had a discussion while we're in Asia, different channels work for different countries.
Yeah. I
But
was
LinkedIn,
wondering what kind of social media management software do you use?
I
Because I'm
use
also looking to change.
I now use Go High Level. I started with Radar, but now I use Go High Level.
Okay. Didn't you like Radar?
Radar only did social media management, but Go High Level is marketing full stack operating system across the entire user journey, 5 stages: awareness, engagement, commitment, service, and experience, right? Your testimonial. So Go High Level does all 5, whereas Radar only does awareness, right? Because it's social media posting.
Right.
And how it's cost? How
Sorry?
many? How many? The price?
Oh, it starts at $97 a month.
Okay. And you, Bob, what's up?
Well,
Right.
I was actually just looking at something like this as well, because we are letting go of the person who is also doing our social media. That means that either my technical colleague was, well, highly technical on that side, so no marketing, no socials, etc., or myself, also not great at social media, needs to do it, right? So and we wanted to have also a platform for it. We were also looking at creating content. So we usually created high technical content for a very specific niche. The niche is drying up. It's as simple as that, to be honest. On the IT side, I mean, right? The IT company. So that means that we have to look at a different path for the technology, but also the technology in which you want to bring it forward. So for social media, indeed, we were looking at trying to automate parts of it, right, or be able to schedule it, even scheduling it. Something you can do. I'll do it today for the next 10 days. You can already make it ready. Otherwise, you keep working on something, starting, stopping, and that takes too much time. And takes you away from what you need to do. And we were looking also at creating content. And whether you need to create content, well, some of the more popular things now are things like AI. It's something we know something about. So, that is one of the things we can talk about cloud as well. But, still cloud is a little bit more difficult because you see people like drawing backwards, right? So the cloud companies were saying cloud is perfect. Everybody's going to cloud. But not all customers were doing it. And now, with our friends who are either in the USA who can pull a plug, or the only alternative, China, who can pull a plug too. So what do you want to do now, right? So either build up your own public clouds, which is very difficult in Europe, because how many countries are there? 20, 30 countries who have to decide on something, and that never happens. Or you go back to the old style. Well, that's also a difficult thing to sell because everybody was first telling the customers that it was a dead end, and now you have to tell the same customer that it's not a dead end, that it was actually great. So advantages, disadvantages. So we were looking at creating short pieces of content as well, right? So we were used to creating webinars of 45 minutes, 1 hour, but we wanted to make short bits and pieces. A little bit like Xing is saying, if I create a long piece of content and it's going to be difficult to find, not too many people, or people are saying, oh, that's too long, too much, or too specific. Maybe you should create multiple shorter things and then try and push that out. And indeed, we are also looking towards which platform to use. Like I said, LinkedIn is more business. I think after that, for us, it would be probably the X. Even though I have more followers on Facebook, but then how much real business are you getting out of it, right? So is it just people are aware and people find you, fine, but are you getting business out of it? And that's I think still the crux, right? You still need to make money. Otherwise, you're just waving something around. And if you're not on the Kim Kardashian level that you can that you get so many followers that you can make money whatever way, then it's not going to work, right?
And what
So
could help you? So you look at application, but you need maybe ideas for what you
yeah, and so
for.
that's one thing. And the second thing is for Innovised sites, so for international tax, we are looking at, okay, what kind of ways are we looking? And we are actually trying here with our current postings. Andrew has seen it. You will see a lot of two country solutions where we say, okay, we do something with Spain. We are working with France. We are working with the UK, China even. So, and as soon as we get something like that, and there should be plenty of interest. It's just finding the right connection and finding the people. Because that company is new, so it has a small following, right? And you need to grow the following. And I think Zheng Jung has a good idea, indeed. Maybe expand the following in whatever way, and then pitch them whatever else is there. And we also saw it as a good way to work together with TGS. So this is the whole reason why we are saying, you know what, you should look at, a relationship between Netherlands and France, Netherlands and Spain. And then, of course, immediately when something happens, then we make the connection with TGS France or TGS Spain and start working on the customer to help them on both sides. So that's the whole idea. It's not because we can do the whole thing. No, we don't want to know exactly every single step that is needed in Spain to set up a company and to run it and hold it. We want to be the solution to get it done.
Yeah, it's a work team.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because TGS Spain can get it done. Set up a company, do the taxes, do this, do that. Fine.
And how do you track the amount of work you're getting compared to the amount of effort you're putting into communication? Is that quantifiable? It's always a question, isn't it? I mean, Bob, it's interesting when you say either you're getting work or you're just waving something around.
Yeah. That is always, I think it's difficult to quantify. Also because, for example, at the Voorwaarts, we are getting more and more questions about it. And Voorwaarts is not on social media. It's not actively working on the website. Well, we made changes to the website. We also create an English website, but it's not that suddenly people just arrive there, right? So it's also existing customers who either want to move away from difficult tax climate in the Netherlands, or at a certain age as well. Things are coming through that route, and a few through TGS, mainly the one through to Christos, for example, was a big one. But yeah, and other things we are just trying to do small bits and pieces. Some will make our colleagues maybe 100 or 300 or 500 euros or whatever. But of course, at some point there will be one which is more interesting and which can bring more. And I think in this case it will be more volume. And I think like if you have a big accountancy audit thing, right? So a big thing like the tender you were working on through France. Fine, that might be a very big one, right? So you only need to land a few of those to be ready. But for tax, yeah, likely you have to have a large volume of smaller ones and get shit done.
And do you analyze your KPIs in LinkedIn?
Yeah, in the end, but we are currently just seeing what we can get done. So it's not perfect analysis or anything like that. We don't have, in our feeling, we don't have enough people for that either to look at that too deeply. Yeah, we are looking at website stats and those kind of things.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Working on conversion. Conversion is an important one because I see we are getting much more hits on the front page and then much less on the back end pages where you need to, you need to convert people, get interest, convert them into the next page where you can sell something, where you can explain something which is relevant to what they are looking for. And that's one of the things that we want to change about our website as well, and others too, to make a better conversion. Because if people land on your page and then jump off again, what good does it do, right?
How do you trigger that, Sun Young, in terms of catching clients and with your communication efforts?
Okay, so what we do is just show you, but so it starts with the user journey, right? I'll explain what the issue is, right? In terms of what I've learned along the way. Before I show you the user journey map, first I want to explain what is the purpose of a business. The purpose of a business is to solve a problem in exchange for reasonable profit. So within that statement, we need to solve two things, right? We need to find people with problems and who can pay so that we can get the reasonable profit. Okay, so and then when we find, so first is how do we find the person? How do we know he's got a problem? And how does he know that he's got the money to pay to solve the problem, and how do we know that he wants to choose us? So that's what we call the user journey. Yeah. I'll just show you one. I think HubSpot has got a pretty good one. Oh, very complex. Okay. So let's just do this. Yeah. HubSpot. Where is it? I thought they had one for Nike. Okay, this is it. Let's see whether we can see this. It's a bit small. What I can do is okay. Okay, so this is HubSpot. HubSpot is a CRM. It's last generation. Okay, it's last generation software. But don't get me wrong, is a huge company, right? HubSpot, Salesforce, all these are last generation companies. Current generation company, number one in the world, in my mind, is Go High Level. Number two is ClickFunnels. Okay. Now, what then happens is if you say that first we need to figure out what problem do Nike's customers have and why would they pay Nike money to solve that problem? That is not such an easy question to answer. Okay. I would tell you a very generic answer first, and but that doesn't brand Nike, right? So Nike sells sports apparel, but it doesn't really explain from a valuation point of view why all their apparel is priced at twice the average of every other brand, Adidas, Under Armour, right? They've double niched themselves very carefully. So if you look at this, you have these five verticals. The first one is called awareness. That means the customer doesn't know that they need to buy sportswear. They don't. And once you figure out that they need to buy sportswear, then they'll consider what are my choices? Adidas, Puma, Reebok, right? All these choices, that's consideration. And then you come to make a decision, and then you have to deliver the shoes and then figure out whether they'll buy again. So this is the entire customer journey. Now, what that happens is that at the awareness is what we call search and social media, right? So you post on LinkedIn, you make sure that if they're looking for a sports shoe, you rank on number one on Google. That's where most of us have a problem and we stop. Because I can have visibility, but then how do you get people to buy something when you have no product to sell? So the problem is if you use something like Radar that does social media management platform, I can keep focusing on awareness, but it doesn't have any tools for the rest of the customer journey, which Go High Level has. Go High Level has tools for all the five. Okay. So when you come to consideration, how do you do consideration? That's where you need the website with product pages. Okay, so you now go from the first stage, which is awareness, to consideration, so social media to website. When you come to decision, you need a payment platform like Stripe. And then when you do service, you need an e-commerce shop. If you are Nike, right, you need something like Shopify. And then after that, if you say, hey, I want to give you points, I want you to allow you to write testimonial, there's another piece of software. All in order to do the entire what I call marketing vertical operating system across all, it used to be 20 pieces of software. The easy way to think about it is if you think about Microsoft Office is a office productivity vertical operating system. It's got all the tools you need to run an office. Microsoft Office, it's got Teams, it's got Calendar, yeah, it's got SharePoint, it's got Sites, it's got everything you need to run an office. Go High Level's got everything you need for marketing through the entire marketing cycle. So it doesn't stop with awareness, which is social media. You have to go to web page design, which is consideration, making an offer and letting people buy it, which is decision. So for example, when I teach a course, it could be at Bangkok on double niching. Next time when somebody says, I don't know how to get out there, right? I don't know how to go on social media. And then I'll say, what's it costing you? Are you aware of what's the price to pay if you can't master social media, that's awareness. People are like, okay, I need to fix this problem. How do I fix it? Well, it depends. If I come to the product page, you don't have money, come and buy by double niching cost. I taught in Bangkok for $97, but if you got a lot of money, you can pay me thousands of dollars to teach you. Okay, then we do a decision and service, right? Roughly, that's how we're building the next generation businesses. Why are we doing this? Because if you want to earn $10,000 a month, you can sell time. But the moment you want to earn $100,000 a month, you need to set up a system. Because the problem with consulting is variability. Variability is the bottleneck.
What ability? Variability?
The problem with consulting is variability. Variability is the bottleneck.
Okay. Like it's variable. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The world's largest companies are not variable. They're standardized.
Yeah. That's exactly the problem we have. Sorry, Bob, if you wanted to say something, but I was thinking like for us, we keep saying like, TGS is sort of, exclusive in a sense. So we're not like a mass marketing. Like we don't want to sell uh, a, a 100,000 memberships in a year. But if we sell 20, we're really happy with that. So it's like it's an exclusive club. And we try to think about it, but like if you like Nike, okay, so they're highly priced, but we see ourselves more like Moncler ski wear. That if you're going into the shop, you see the shop in the airport, and you need a jacket, but you don't have to look at the price tag. That's okay. But if you've got to look at the price tag, you can't afford it. So it's niche. So that we're not looking for many. And I guess that's similar with your bigger M&A jobs. It's not a product in that sense, is it? Because it's a conversation that you're trying to have
Okay.
first.
So remember, I said that what got you here won't get you there. The
Yeah.
skills you needed to make 6 digits a year
Yeah.
are the bottleneck to getting you to 7 digits a year. The skills you need to make 7 digits a year are the bottleneck to get the 8 digits. What do I mean? So when you first start, like say, right, you want you want to be everything to everybody. I do audit, tax, advisory.
Hmm.
However, can you go into McDonald's and order fried noodles?
Hmm.
But
No.
can you cook a better burger than McDonald's? And I think all of us on this channel can say all of us can cook a better burger than McDonald's.
Hmm.
So the question is, why is McDonald's $1 billion company and we're not, when we can make a burger better than McDonald's? Now the answer is this, right? If you go to McDonald's and you want to order steak and fries, right? Very French example, you can't.
Hmm.
So what's the problem? The problem is that McDonald's have figured out the one product that works, which is a burger, and then they've stamped 10,000 shops. They built a system to stamp 10,000 shops. That system is called a franchising system. So I'm putting it to you that if you want to get rich, variability is the enemy of scalability. And the answer for a consultant, this took me tens of thousands of dollars to earn. The answer to variability in consulting is to productize yourself. That means I break the chain of selling time.
So you are the product.
No. The product is the brand. The brand is a set of the brand is a set of attributes
Yeah.
a buyer wants because it believes it can solve its problem. So the people, for example, the people who buy Toyota are very different from the people who buy Ferrari. They don't solve the same problem. And until you can understand your niche and you can communicate to your audience, you can't sell, even though you productize yourself into a car.
Got you. Yeah. How does that make sense for what you're doing, Bob? Does it resonate with you?
Oh yes, I mean, yeah, I'm from the IT side. Let's say I'm coming from an hours, consultancy. You do hours, but at some point you can't charge much more hourly rate. It's more difficult to sell. So yeah, you just make more hours until the day is full, but you can't go above it.
Hmm.
It's like you're saying, right? So it's there's a limit. I can add 10 bucks an hour to my rate, but that's about it, right? At some point, it's just end of story. Um, we have been building for the IT company. We've been building trainings, for example, and then selling the trainings. Now, because it's a smaller niche, it's difficult to get to a reasonable break even for it, right? So it's a combination of hours and that. But I was the first thing that when Xing Yun was just saying, productize yourself. You see also people, writing a book. I don't know. One time you invest a load of time, and then afterwards you can just say, well, sell a shitload of them. If it's 1,000, then likely you're not making money. But if you have a subject which, is wanted by 100,000 or more, then yeah, of course, that'll make you money much more than you put into it. And if somebody wants to buy it next year, okay, find a book online. Good luck, right? So that's I think the productizing. Yeah, that's one of those things. I still find it difficult, right?
Yeah.
Especially also for the tax advisory. Although there are, for example, you need certain documents. It's something that I was just this morning discussing with my business partner, Andre. You need certain documents, right? And if you have created those documents, then you can use them for other customers as well, right? To do it again and again. It's not
Like
not
template.
not the way as the ESG guys are working in Vietnam, right? What's the name again, Andrew?
The ESG activator.
Yeah, exactly. So that's also a good example of a product, I think. And
Yeah.
yeah, we need to do more in that journey. Simple as that.
I thought about there's one of apart from Sun Young, my favorite consultant is Alan Weiss in America, the rock star of consultants, because he's a master, I think, of selling as a product. Because he wrote the famous book, The $1 Million Consultant, and he's
Hmm.
rewritten it this year as the six-figure consultant. And then in brackets, it's seven figures if you read it carefully, the book.
Very good. He's so good. This guy's so good.
Yeah, but he's like
He's
when you
so
read
good.
the book, and I love the books because he does actually give it all away. Like Sun Young, you listen to Sun Young, and he's saying he's giving me all his secrets. This is amazing.
Mhm.
But what he knows is that you're never going to remember, and you're never going to act on that because you've got a mental block. You can give it away. So Alan Weiss gives his book away. You can buy. He says you can buy the book, you can have the book, he'll give you the book. But if you buy two copies of the book for $400, I'll invite you to a webinar for free. If you buy 50 copies of the book to give everyone in your company, I'll come to your company and I'll speak for an hour. And $20,000. And if you want me to come and speak at your conference, it's $200,000. So he's got the things you want at different levels of contact and expertise. And he's just the master of that product, and everything is a kind of an opportunity for you to be better. The way he sells his services is just irresistible. And I actually spent 3,000 euros years ago on a 1 hour how to write with impact course that he presented. And I got the 3,000 value from it because it was super personal and inspirational, and I felt better and bigger when I came out of it. So, it was right. I could have followed a free course, I could have looked it up online. There was nothing really new, but I had the experience and became part of that, not brand, but part of that mastery, new skills, like you say, Sonia. It wasn't in the old framework. I was managed to change my mind to be better. Right, that's really interesting. Makes me think
Mm.
always.
Mm.
So you've said something very important, Andrew, and I just wanted to put a spotlight to highlight it. What you paid for is not primarily tools. What you are actually paying for, if you look at the price, right? A lot of people say, hey, why would I pay $200,000 to watch Alan speak when I can get the book for free? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Some people think that. But actually, what you are actually paying for is results and impact.
Hmm.
Of course, there must be an ROI, right? That's the only way to get a business relationship. So the question then becomes, how do you get results? In fact, my new venture accelerator, we're no longer looking at SaaS, software as a service. Software as a service is passe now. What we are now looking for in the age of agentic AI is RAAS, results as a service. Nobody wants information overload, but if you can solve my problem and get a quantifiable result, you pay me a portion of that result. Fair? And everybody will say it's fair, right? Because none of you hire guys for credentials, all of you hire guys for results. I'll say that again. Nobody hires Ananias, Andrew, Bob, myself because we've gone to a certain school or taken a certain course, but because we can get a certain impact as measured by the KPI that's important to us, right? Whether it's sales or membership. So how do you get results? And this is in what Andrew says. Getting results is not about skills, which is what a lot of accountants and professionals struggle with, because the curse of knowledge is about learning skills, but results and impact is measured by, this is it, 20% skill set shift and 80% mindset shift. You cannot get the result as long as you don't own it and you don't identify with it, which is why smokers and alcoholics go to Alcoholic Anonymous. Why do they do that? To tell people I've been smoke-free for 30 days, because they don't believe it themselves. They have an identity crisis. Because I don't wake up today and go to Anais and say, I've been breathing for 40 years of my life. It's unremarkable. So why do you have to tell people I've not been smoking for 30 days? If that's what you want, right? Because you don't believe it yourself. So any enduring impact of results needs to start with a mindset shift. I am not so worried about skill set where accountants are concerned. Yeah. But it is the mindset that is the bottleneck.
Yeah, and now we don't want just to have a new product. We want an experience.
Yeah, high end is all selling experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And we kept you for a really long time. I don't know if this is appropriate, but we've got a batch of templates now. I don't know if you've seen them or been aware of them for TGS firms to use for social media. I don't know if you have access to the Canva platform.
Yes, I've got Canva.
But the Canva with our templates, I mean, Sun Young, I know you're already super branded. Valaris and all your companies, your posts are really identifiable, being that they were the ones I followed. You are the person I spoke to most on LinkedIn last year, which I'm thankful for. That was really nice to see. But Bob, I don't know if you've got an access to the Canva, particularly if you're using someone to create the posts in advance. So maybe Anais can show us a bit of the template capacity that we have.
Very good.
Yep. Up 1 second. Bob, do you know Canva?
A little bit.
Okay.
What this, and we messed around a little bit, but I'm currently not using.
Up. 1 minute. Okay.
And of course, they are a little bit broader than that. They have a lot of services now. They bought all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I
So,
can share my screen.
It's on the share, the green button.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Up. So in Canva, you can have access with all the templates like this.
Mhm.
We have a lot on a template. You can have a template for, I don't know, explain or do a presentation of a new member in your team or interview a webinar. Yeah. Here, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. You are already all the color of TGS.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you can just put a picture like this. Hop. And change the text. I don't know. Hello. And just upload it. And it's all good. Well, already good. And like this, we do also post. For
Mhm.
example, this post, we have post in the WhatsApp group or in LinkedIn yesterday, I think.
Yes.
And all the members of TGS can be accessed to the Canva and modify and post when you want. Do you want access or do you have already access?
I do not have access to Canva right now.
Okay, I can share you access if you want next the meeting.
Sure. We'll chat after the meeting then.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so we can share with both of you a unique access to the templates that we have. There are many. There are video templates. There are download templates, little brochure templates, because everything was created by TGS France as they had a brand refresh, and because they've got a marketing team of 15 people, we
Wow.
we lean into that and we benefited from it and said, well, can we have that for TGS Global? So there's all the stuff a firm with 2,000 staff use in France for communicating. You have access to as part of TGS. So we're going to try and show you uh, like one every couple of weeks of the templates just to show that the breadth of what can be done. Maybe give you some ideas for new stuff, and maybe it'll help you have a more corporate image.
Yeah, for example, Edlon and partner make a reporting with Canva with a template. And we have article with Cathy, brochure, you have what you want. It's very complete.
Very
Nice.
complete, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
with a French accent.
Well, that's excellent, and I thank you both for turning up today. And as ever, Sun Young, massive value to take away. Bob, fantastic to speak to you. Really great to hear your thought process for the communication. I really love the two-country solution. It just exactly says a massive advantage of TGS as a network, isn't it? It's like the your promoted double. It's not a double niche, but it's a double offer, isn't it? Your that's a network effect, I guess. It's really bringing it forward. Excellent. Sun Young, I might have another question for you, just because I'm benefiting from you being here. This is top secret, and there's few of
Pay
you.
him later.
I mean, stay. But this is off the record, even though it's being recorded for us. But we're refreshing the TGS website, right? And
Okay.
I want to make it beautiful because I think TGS should be a premium experience and a brand. And I have a friend in the UK who's the editor of the magazine called The Gentlewoman, and it's basically Vogue magazine but more exclusive.
Wow.
And
Okay.
she sent me a copy of it a few years ago, and it arrived in the post, and it was really heavy, super quality paper, and I felt super exclusive and lovely. And as I flick through it, I think the adverts you see there, TGS should be like that, identifiable. That's the brand. what would be your thoughts about that, Sun Young? What's the direction we should be taking?
I'll explain to you the mistake I made. I'll share with you the mistake I made trying to grow the new brand.
Okay.
Um, I am now in the 65th, after 12 months, I'm at the 65th rewrite of my website wireframe. 65th.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's good news or bad news. MrBeast says the way to make good videos is to make bad videos first.
Yeah.
The aim of making a good video, you said the aim of making a good video is first to clear the first 100 bad videos as quickly as possible. The bad news for me is that applies to almost anything you're trying to master, including making websites. It's taken me 65 revisions, right? So on my social media, it's now called Venture Hero. The new name 2 weeks ago is called Verdict. Okay, so why am I rewriting my website 65 times? It comes down to one problem. I didn't understand my customer. If you have $10 or you have 10 hours, I would recommend back to myself, I spend 5 hours understanding the customer. Once I get that wrong, everything else I do needs to be reworked.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to figure out who TGS is, right? The first thing is just to do a ChatGPT prompt, because we cannot say what the market does not resonate with. So we must first understand what the market says about TGS, right? I did this exercise at Baker Tilly. Why people chose Baker Tilly, and the answer was codified as great relationships, great conversations, great futures. That was the differentiating Baker Tilly experience. So today we have an easier time. You just ask ChatGPT, right? Number one, you are the world's best brand designer. Figure out who that is in the UK. And then number one, first prompt is you're the world's best brand designer that did the rewrite of EY KPMG. Number one. Number two, how does figure out what TGS customers say about us and how we can differentiate against the competition, and then turn that into a brand. 4 prompts.
Nice one. Thank you, Sun Young. I'm gonna do that today, and I'll share the output with you. We'll do that. That's fantastic. Okay, sorry. Thank you. We've taken an hour in a half-hour meeting. I'm aware that that's a big ask, but I thank you both for it enormously. Even Shireen, if you've been listening, give us a sign that you're a human being and not a robot. What I'm pretty sure is the real deal because I've met him before, Sun Young, for sure. Or if it's automated, it's pretty good. But maybe Shireen is not real. We'll find out. So thanks, and also Anais will send you the access to the Canva, your own one, so you can have a play around and let us know what you think. And see you in a couple of weeks for the next meeting.
Tomorrow, right? There's a quality manual one.
Yeah, 2 opportunities to see the quality meeting tomorrow. So it depends if you want to be early bird or just before you go to bed. You can see that one.
I thought that was important because every year there's a quality audit as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's good. It's good. I think it's good as well because we've just bought ICE QM manual that I think we're going to be able to share. So that's a useful thing. Excellent. But merci beaucoup.
All right. Have a great rest of the day, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.